Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with our little, it's kind of makeshift adventures. For this one, we are going racing with some B-Class two-wheel drive cars. So, B-Class two-wheel drive cars, they have to have four-cylinder engines as well. In fact, actually, I guess the RX-8 might have a quad rotor. That shouldn't actually be in here. Actually, you might be able to swap an engine into it. There might be engine swaps for it. Never mind, I take that back. It might be. I don't actually know if the RX-8 can get maybe like a turbo rally or something silly. I don't know. I mean, I've got a Corrado VR6, which the standard engine is not within the restrictions. However, I haven't got the standard engine in it. It's got a Civic engine. It's got the four-cylinder VTEC. So, I'm hoping this is going to be pretty good. It's got only 300 horsepower, which is nice. It is on off-road race tyres, because this series of races will tackle some tarmac stuff and will tackle off-road stuff as well. So we should be strong. I've gone front-wheel drive. I'm expecting there to be front-wheel drive to be strong. I generally do like going front-wheel drives. It's tended to work quite nicely for me in a lot of these. There may be some rear-wheel drive cars that work off-road. Front-wheel drive is very strong in Forza games. We saw it in Horizon 4. Generally continues in 5. Be curious to know what tyres these cars are running on. I suspect there'll be a lot of off-road race. We've got a good start to this one. We've climbed ourselves nicely up the field. Judging nothing is turning in crazy amounts better than me suggests no one's gone extreme grip. I'm often always tempted to be the one to go for slick tyres. It's just, I seem to be getting speed out of my cars by going for the extreme grip option. That's not right. Me and the two Volkswagens managed to find the wall through all of that. The MGs have got to the front of the race in this. We've got an RSX behind us, not sure. I think Impega's in a Capri, which might be the highest placed rear-wheel drive vehicle. I don't know why you'd swap any of these ones to be rear-wheel drive. I don't think you would, so I'm going to guess everything here is front. We've had a bad second lap, which is a little bit of a pain for me, because if we'd had a better lap, we could have been maybe going with second place a little bit more, instead of bouncing off of the walls. Oh, come on, Corrado. The Corrado is probably quite heavy in this little group. Certainly heavier than the Mark 1 Golf. It's quite a small car, but modern cars are heavy in general, so I'm going to hazard a guess that they will probably be not crazy different to the Corrado. They're not a million miles away in terms of pace. We've just got to get everything right and not understeer wide like that. Yeah, we've got a little bit too much understeer from me. I'm cutting that one close on missing the checkpoint, but we are through neatly. We're desperately trying to chase down these cars ahead, and we're just not quite able to make all that much ground. Second gear, maybe for the exit of that, is the way to go. We're pulling clear. Pega is busy battling over that 5th place and is stuck in those fights. We're just sat following the Golf at the moment. We will blast our way through the checkpoints. We've got a lovely run through there. We're right on the tail of Eccentric now as the two MGs are closing up at the front. We could end up with an amazing 4-car battle for the lead of the race. The MGs really fight one another too much. We've carried good speed through turn 1 here. And I don't care about putting my car on the grass. We're all off-road race tyres. We're all set for running there, although I've not got this section. I just can't get that corner right. I keep turning in way too late. Not what we want to be doing. We're quick through there, though. I carry good speed on that corner. Wow, we've really buggered off from the rest of the pack. Really, me and Eccentric are just desperately trying to fight the MGs. And we know the 3 is a very quick bloody car in this game. It's only been out today, but we've already seen how unbelievably fast it can be. So the Volkswagens are obviously good if they are in this. They're trying desperately to keep the MGs honest. Unfortunately, I might have pushed it a little bit too much there. I've just overdriven that lap, trying to make something happen. The MGs are now just starting to fight. I don't know whether the Dragon's going to be able to find a way past on this final lap of the race. If we can have a good final lap, could we sneak the Corrado onto the podium? We'll have to wait and see. Pega's up to 5th with that Capri, but going to run out of time to do anything, even if it is faster than us. We just build too much of a gap. No, it's not going. It's asking too much of the car. I really didn't have anything left to lose at that point, and just went for it because we were not going to be able to do anything. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you just got to throw the car at the course on the final lap and hope. And it was just asked a little too much of the Corrado. Yes, a kind of scruffy lap 4 put me a bit too far back, and we're not really being able to recover. Just a couple of overdriven laps really for the Volkswagen. It's good around here. It's just not quite as good as the cars in front. Yeah, very well. I mean, bad final couple of laps, but the car is solid. Hopefully it'll come into its own at some different tracks. We'll have to wait and see how things work out. We will cross the line in 4th. I'll be curious about lap times in all of this. Yeah, 59. Bloody hell. I mean, me and the Golf, not too dissimilar. Bloody hell, I mean, we're quick compared to the rest. Cars are bloody fast compared to the rest. But we've not got an answer for those MG3s. They are just too fast at this track. I am curious about tyres, though. This is the big question that is going to come up. If they're on anything other than off-road race... No, off-road race rally for the Golf? Interesting. So, yeah, the MGs are on the same as me. The Golf is different. The off-road rounds are going to be interesting. So we have something a little bit different for this next round. We're going to cross-country circuit. I mean, this... Normally the cross-country circuits, I would say, you know, you got to have some sort of more extreme jumps. This has a jump section, but it's mostly like a dirt circuit. I actually like this layout. I think this is a fun layout to race around, which is why we come here. I'm buried a fair way down the order. Well, we've got to try and overcome the MGs and the Golf and everything else as well, because who knows what else might be strong around this sort of circuit. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. The Corrado probably, I would expect, would be the most powerful of that 4 strong cars in the first race. I would expect mine to be the most powerful. I've got nearly 300 horsepower in this, and I'll get that power because the trade-off for it is my car is a little bit heavy, so it won't be as good in the twisty sections, but it should theoretically be better down the longer straights. Which, I mean, we'll get to we've got some kind of straights around this. I guess we'll find out fairly quickly how this goes. We've actually had a very, very good start. We pretty much land on Dragons' MG. We move ourselves up into a 3rd position. Now we're going to try to chase down Impega with that Capri. I want to kind of jump. Yeah, there's a little bit less water there for us. We can side past the Capri, only just, but we make it work. Can we... Oh, that's a little bit further wide than I realised. Can we chase down an MG? Will this be the track that works for us in terms of chasing down? It's a different sort of a circuit, perhaps, to the rest of them, so if there's going to be something where the MG is weak, could this be a place that exposes it? Oh, not with driving like that by me, but never mind. Capri is just struggling a little bit. I mean, frontal drive is pretty strong in Horizon games, especially in B-Class. So, and this has got a lot of grip, actually. I've got to say, I'm impressed with the amount of grip the Corrado's got through these long corners. If we can... Yeah, we've just got a bit more straight-line speed than that. We've got a bit more straight-line speed, and we're actually better on these landings as well. We're not losing as much time as the MG. We'll get a good run on the exit here. Okay, we're swapping... I think he's slightly less in the water on that side of the jump. Yes, you are. It's not by much, but it's just enough to make the Corrado able to out-accelerate that MG. We'll run a little wide on the exit through there. Not quite what I was wanting to be doing, because we're going to have a little MG having a look to the inside. It's going to struggle to carry the momentum, though. I'll hold it around the outside there. We'll be on the inside through here. Don't hit the wall. All is good for the Volkswagen. And we will have the lead of the race, but only temporarily. We're going to turn 1. That kind of morphs itself into 2 and 3. The MG is going to fight back. That's fine. We may get a cutback on the exit part here, though, against the MG. Indeed we do. It's going to run wide as we head up the hill. We'll take the jump. Now, I wonder if, because I'm on rally suspension, maybe that MG isn't. That could explain some of the differences in the landing. Because, while yes, there are off-road events here, you might choose to tune your suspension differently. I forgot there's that kind of jump there as well. You might choose to tune your suspension a little bit differently, depending on... I mean, the Baja circuit is as bumpy as this, I would have said. That's got some big jumps as well, so... But, yeah, so maybe you might make a sacrifice, you might go for a different route on the suspension. Maybe that's where the Corrado's making its time up, because it is quick around here. It's very good, actually. Eccentric's Golf is struggling around, which does surprise me. And it's possible we've got a lot of people on off-road race tyres, because that was on rally. I would have thought there would have been cars that had gone on slicks or gone race tyres, or more race. I guess actually if there was, they would have been faster in that first race, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been something that's gone a little bit grippier. And I mean, they would suck here, of course, but it's just how it goes sometimes with these. There's always different ideas on the builds and different stuff that goes into these, and sometimes you don't have... sometimes you end up racing against a field of cars on off-road race tyres and you're the one on slicks. Sometimes you're racing against a field of slicks and you're the one on off-road race. So, yeah, it all varies. Either way, the Volkswagen is working out here, even if I've not actually driven it amazingly well. That's better this time out. Just got to stay ahead for a couple more corners. I don't think the MG is going to be close enough unless I really balls it up through this section. Don't slide the Corrado through there too much. The MG's gone very hard into that corner, trying to make up some time. I'm going to play it a little... I have been playing a little bit cautious around that corner. Just didn't want to hit the wall and throw away a good opportunity, because it was a good opportunity for the Volkswagen. The Corrado takes victory. We have an MG in second. I'm pretty sure Impega got the Capri onto the podium, though, which is good going for that rear-wheel drive car. It beats Dragons' MG, which didn't like that circuit anywhere near as much. Civic will come home in fifth, ahead of an Elan. Big battle across the finish line there between the Civic, Elan and RSX. Eccentric struggled with the Golf, although lap time was not terrible, so I think that may have missed a checkpoint. Yeah, we were fast there. We had by far the best lap time, almost a second clear. Impega not far off that MG. Ooh, okay. Happy with that one. The Corrado has come good. We head to the city for our next race, a very technical street circuit for these cars to, I say, struggle around, manage around. The Golf might be quick here. That Golf might be very fast here. Considering me and the two MGs are off-road race, Impega's wherever it's gone, Capri was off-road race as well. That Golf might actually have the best tyres here, unless anybody's got semi-slicks. They might have the most grip. So this is a track where that might be very fast. Its downsides will be the trade-off is that's going to be down on power. It might struggle, it might get stuck in traffic, although I think it'll have enough grip that it should just carve its way through the fields, to be honest. But we will wait and see, because I mean, it won't have as much power, but it is light. It's very light in comparison, probably about 1,000 pounds lighter than my car, for example. But yeah, we'll see how it goes in all of this. I shall do what we can. I think the MGs maybe handle the tarmac a little bit better than me, but again, we will find out as this race goes on. We're going to battle with a Civic. We're on the wrong side, though. I wanted to try and duck underneath the Civic, but there's just too many cars. Might actually find a gap to put our vehicle in through all of this. Come on, Volkswagen. What sort of straight line speed have you got? There's an MG behind us having a look, but it's 3 wide and it's not going to have anywhere to go. They're 3 wide now behind us. Oh, Street Furniture got the better of the Golf. That is the one. That's the problem with the Golf he's going to find is Street Furniture will murder that car. However, it can murder anybody. Generally speaking, the heavier the car, the better it fares. Not always the case. Corrado is probably going to be okay, or more okay than the Mark 1 Golf. We'll get at the inside of Revs and take that position away. The MG is having a little bit of a look through all of this. It is going to... might have the grip to get around the outside here. It might not, though. We're going to bump over the curb. Has he got the acceleration to beat us down here? does. We just don't quite have the... Well, I mean, it ended up in the, wide in the wall. We just don't have the front end grip to quite live with that, unfortunately. The MG will get up to third and may well take second away. And I'm kind of hoping if they fight one another, that's going to be a good opportunity for me here. We've got great speed coming up this hill. That is for sure, and I think the MG got a little bit of a help from a Fair Lady Z, and that I'll take that opportunity any day of the week. If they're going to stumble over one another, I will make the most of said opportunity. Okay, Corrado, what have you got here? We know we're not as good through this section. This is where we will have not quite the same grip as the Golf, but we're really good coming up the hill. That is the bit where we are strong. It's just the power of the, well, I say the power of the Volkswagen. It's got a Honda engine in it. But the Golf is struggling a little bit at the moment. I'm surprised we're right here, as that is on better tyres than me. I've got to clear the Golf quickly as well, because I don't want to fight that MG. We get the front end turned underneath the Golf, and we will hopefully take the lead, or hopefully take the lead of the race if we don't understeer. Sadly, we got a little too much understeer through there. Bugger, now we're in trouble. I knew this was going to be a dangerous bit if we didn't get clear of the Golf fast. Because we might be quicker than the Golf, but I think the MG is faster than both of us. However, we can maybe make it difficult for the... I should have maybe gone down to second through there, although I don't know whether it would have quite worked anyway. We're going to be on a really tight line through all of this. We're out the other side. Still ahead of the MG, though. As we barrel down the hill, we've got a couple more times around to find a way past Eccentric. We've got a good run again this time out. Got a little bit of a margin on that MG. It's a great race up at the front here for the victory. Can we get under? The Golf's had a better run, and the Golf will defend this time out. Golf covers the inside. We're going for a cutback on the exit. The Golf doesn't run wide. So there is no room to have a look, and now I'm going to have to defend. We can't give the MG any space. We know any opportunity it gets, that MG will. It has the front end grip to get up the inside, and we've lost the back end. We've slid, and that is going to put the MG alongside. We're not going to give up though, because we're still on the inside for the next part of the course. Might just be too much of an ask though. Ah, god damn it. I mean, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. I knew there was a danger to us from the MG. The MG hit the wall and just slowed us. The one section that we were really good at, the MG ended up slow, bounced off the wall, and we just got stuck. The Golf is in danger, potentially, of getting all sorts of double teamed here. We're going to try and go for a more normal line around the final corner. Can we make something work here to drag race towards the line? Oh, it's going to go the way of the Golf. Eccentric just holds on. Brilliant race. Absolutely brilliant race there. We couldn't quite make anything happen, sadly, at the end. We just got a little bit boxed in for the part of the circuit that we were quick at. That was amazing fun. Well done, Eccentric, for holding on in all of that. God dear. The other MG does work its way up to 4th at the end of all of that, ahead of the Fair Lady, and Pega gets the Capri into 6th. Oh, bloody hell, that was good fun. That was really good fun. Quite a lot of quick cars going around. The Civic was fast as well. Yeah, we just couldn't quite get past at the right time. That's how it goes sometimes. But, yeah, definitely good entertainment. Maybe that Golf isn't on rally tyres. It's definitely on different compound tyres. That does look like rallies to me. I'm surprised it wasn't so much faster in the corners than us, but there we go. We head off-road once again for our next race. This is a fast... it's a fast off-road circuit, quite nasty in a couple of places. An interesting challenge for the vehicles. I expect my car might be quite good here. It's probably actually faster than the cross-country circuit. That's got some technical bits. So, yeah, the Corrado may well be strong here again. We'll have to wait and see. We've got a decent enough spot on the grid. Hopefully we can keep ahead of the MGs. They're definitely to be feared. The Capri might not be too bad around here either. I mean, the rear-wheel drive Ford won't struggle for traction too much here, because as I said, you've got not really that many low-speed acceleration zones. Yeah, we will see how it goes in all of this. We are off the line well enough. MG, they're quick off the line. Must be quite light. Must be lighter than I think they are. Oh, don't miss a checkpoint. That would be a quick way to ruin the event, the race, the day for me. Looks like Hegger has got to the front of this one and may have missed a checkpoint. That would be my best guess on that. The MGs are going to fight side by side with a Fair Lady that is just about holding its own. We do not want to let the two of them get clear. I'm going for a duck underneath. No, that was not quite as tight a corner as I was sort of hoping. I was trying to be clever. I mean, it was a solid idea, it just didn't quite pan out. The MGs are... We're again going for a similar line through here. That will work this time around. Street furniture. Not the worst bit of slow down furniture, just a little bit of a pain. Okay, we're up to third. I mean, this is... We were hoping for a better start, but it could be a lot worse. We can possibly be flat through there for next lap around. We need to learn this stuff. We need to learn this stuff quickly as well. Because I've never driven this car around this track. I don't know. I've driven B-Class cars here before, but not sure what this particular vehicle is going to do. And we will be flat around there if we can set it up nicely, which we do. This is where the strength of the Corrado is. When we're past 120 miles an hour, the MGs don't have an answer for my vehicle. I mean, I'm not running Forza Aero. Water is, Dragons isn't. There's always these little choices that go on with the build. The Aero does really limit your top speed, but you do get grip from it, which is why, well, there's been another change for the lead through there. I'm closing right in. In fact, Dragons has had a bit of an iffy run through there. We are going to make the most of this opportunity. Corrado moves itself up into a second place. That is got to remember that is a quicker corner than I realised. We are flat through there. So, car ahead is going to struggle down these straights potentially, although it's got a slight better exit. I was hoping the fence was going to slow it down a little bit more. It didn't, although we still didn't do too badly because we're still clear of the red car. Now, we might have a tiny lift through here just to settle the car. It's very close to being flat. If I get the line perfect, I think you can probably take that flat. I just didn't get the line perfect that time around. We will keep the throttle pinned because this is where we can make up some big time on the car ahead. We've got a good run onto the start-finish straight. We'll try and jink to the left. We will outrun it across the finish line. Shame that's not the final lap of the race. That would have been a wonderful photo finish if it had been. We're just going to kind of park it on the apex through all of these. If we can stop the MG from making the most of its grip in the corners, will be a pain in the arse to overtake because we do have that straight line speed advantage over both of them, to be fair. A little bit wide on the exit, but you get away with it through that section. This is the corner I've struggled with getting right all race so far, so we're going to have to be braver this time around. That is better for the Corrado. We're not quite as well set up perhaps for here, but we're still going to carry some good speed. We've got a car having a look, but we're going to kind of park it a little bit through there. The MG's going to get back past again. I just don't quite have the grip at that section. But then we have the accelerate, we have the straight line speed once we clear that 110, 120 mile an hour mark. That's when we can start reeling in the leader. And then we will, because of course we'll be faster down towards start-finish line as well. We're going to be on the bumper all the way through here. I don't actually want to go around the outside. I just want to put my car here, make the line awkward for the leader, who slides and taps the wall, and I'll say thank you very much. That's what we wanted. Well, I mean, wanting to get to the lead, it's now helped that the best handling car has fallen back and has now got another vehicle between it and me. Has got in too deep into turn one and lost a bit more ground. I think the red MG handled a smidge better than me, but it's not quite as drastically different. We will carry as much speed as I can through here. Now, where are we going to be vulnerable? This next corner potentially, although we can make some lap speed down here. I know that we're quite... This corner's quite a bit quick, so we'll just go for a lift and a downshift. We are nice enough through there. This is the... actually, we're quite a bit clear in all of that. This corner here is where I have struggled, although we're... Okay, made a completely different corner through that. It worked. That's not the corner I was going for. I've just made up my own track. We still kept it all within the checkpoints. It's a little bit cheesy. We did keep it all within the checkpoints, and then this is the bit that we've been fastest on all race. We're miles clear of the rest of the pack here. Corrado is fast. This thing is strong around these circuits. We were so busy engrossed in our battles with the MGs, I wasn't even looking where anything else was. The Golf's up in 4th in this one. We're miles clear of everything. What's gone on? Something must have happened. We can't be that much faster than everything else, surely. I'm going to have to look at lap times here and see what the hell has happened, because that was a ridiculous gap. There must have been some missed checkpoints or something, surely, to have created that. What the hell is going on? What? And okay, I know how fast Impega is. Impega does not build bad, terrible cars. How are we 5 seconds a lap quicker than the Capri that was pretty bloody close around the cross-country circuit? Okay, it has gone quicker. That's more like it at the end. I must have been stuck in fights and so on. Yeah, that did not look right. But bloody hell, there must have been some missed checkpoints and some mayhem back there. We had a brilliant battle at the front as the Corrado beats the MG twins. We head to the Emerald Circuit for our final race. Ooh, I am a long way back in this one. We're going to have... Oh. Well, we've had some disconnections because, of course, we do. Forza's been like this all evening. I'm amazed we've had any races with 12 people in. It just keeps wanting to drop random people out as it goes into these. So fun stuff. I mean, top speed is going to be good for the Corrado. That, you know, there's... So out of the final corner, all the way through turn sort of 2, and then you sort of wiggle your way down. Half the lap is good for me. Half the lap I'll be perhaps not quite as strong as the MGs because it gets quite twisty. But my top speed may come in handy here. We're not very good off the line, which kind of surprises me in some ways. We're one of the worst. I guess, I know front-wheel drive is never the strongest off the line, of course. But yeah, we're probably one of the worst launching cars. There are other front-wheel drives around. It's a combination of weight and front-wheel drive. It's just not quite ideal, but once we get going, we're golden. Oh, hello, little Ilan. Back end wanted to let go on some cold tyres through all of this. Right, can't do much here. It's too busy already. Oh, it's getting very busy. Trying to find a bit of space to put a Corrado in. We can outrun an Integra here. Capri is kind of coming with us a little bit. The good news for me is we outrun the Capri down the straights, so that's one less thing we have to worry about. We can go to the inside through here. Did Eccentric must have missed a checkpoint with the Golf. That's put the Golf out of commission. We know the Civic, I think, was quite quick on some of the tarmac stuff if it got in clean air, so we'll see how that does now. We're going to have to use all of our straight line speed to try and chase down these MGs. Oh, Civic bounced off the wall. It's easily done. It's easily done. You just run that little bit wide, ping it off the wall. The back end of the cars like to jump up into the air sometimes. We will chuck it through there. Don't quite stick. Turned in a little bit too late, but never mind. Little bit of time lost. Nothing too crazy. This is the bit where we're not quite as good, perhaps. Although, if they clear out the stones out of the way for me, that makes a nice little path for us to try and find a way through. Oh, I was trying to go to a different line to the Civic, but I couldn't quite make it stick. Didn't have the grip to make it work. The MG is going to lose out, although we'll cut back on the exit. Oh, gets a little bit boxed in. In fact, the Civic might lose out to both of us in the drag race down towards these first corners. We're going to go side by side. We're going to sneak our way past. We get both of them with our slightly superior straight line speed. We'll have a lift down through turn. Actually, it may not even quite be turn 2. I don't know what turn number it is, but you kind of weave your way over to it. Our bounce off the wall does get the MG right on our tail. We're going to be vulnerable at the next corner. That's where we've got to be careful. Can't be cheesy and use a kind of like cut to the inside line because the stones will be put back through here. No, too late turning. Oh, we got saved because the MG got stuck behind us. I realised I was in trouble when I went to turn in because I knew I was going to hit the stones, so I kind of bailed slightly on the corner, but then that was put me into trouble. God damn it. Come on, Corrado. What can we do? We're going to run out of laps to chase the leader down, I think, here. We may well come under more threat before the end of this race. I don't know yet. Civic's in 4th. He's losing a little bit of ground. I mean, it's definitely more competitive here than some of the tracks it's been to, but it just can't live with the pace of the MGs and the Corrado here. Be neat and tidy all the way through this section if we can. We'll reel in the leader. Well, we'll start reeling them in now because we're past that 120 mile an hour mark. We just know that MG can't live with that top end pace. We will try and get slowed down nicely through here. Carefully does it around the stones. Jump on that power. Yeah, we're pulling a little margin back to Dragons' car there. But oh, that was so close to missing the checkpoint. I don't know why I'm chasing this so hard, because I think we are a little faster at this track. I think we're just going to run out of laps. Don't miss a checkpoint chasing after a victory that's really going to be difficult. We're relying on a mistake at this point, because we have reeled them in slightly. Just it's little by little, but it's not going to be enough without a mistake. My car has got good pace here, but it's not going to be strong enough, I don't think. Curious what sort of lap time the Golf is doing. That might straggle the Golf with a lack of top end. Don't miss a checkpoint. We're actually quite close. This is where we're going to lose out a little bit. I mean, I'm kind of hoping the MG might hit the stones through here and be slow on the exit. We both brush the wall. It's going to be a drag race. We really reel them in this lap. I'm just going to run out of time. There's just not going to be enough time to do anything here, which is, I say, a slight disappointment for me. What can we do? We needed a couple more laps probably. We're getting there, but not enough time. Good race. We'll cross the line in second with the Volkswagen. We really took the fight to the MGs in this one. We did as much as we could to try and stop that. These MGs are damn quick. They are bloody fast. We do get fastest lap of the race, though, with the only car running in the 54s. I mean, it is close, though. But again, we're stupidly fast compared to everything else. Basically 2 seconds clear of the rest of the pack. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. That Corrado is very, very good. The MGs are very, very strong as well. They work in slightly different places. The MGs, I mean, both of them are slightly different built. They're both generally better at the twisty stuff. My car, if there's any straight line speed, my car was incredibly strong there. Yeah, I like that Volkswagen. I like that a lot. That is going to be one of my go-to B-class cars. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you'd like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, shall be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.